Hi, folks. Welcome to another episode of Marine Riders Podcast. Today we are filming remotely at the Marine Corps League in South Bend, Indiana. And our guest today is Johnnie Moody here. We're going to get into his story in a minute. But first off, we have, and this is one of the stops for our poker run this year, June 13th. One of the stops. So if you folks are in the area, please come on out to our poker run. We had a really good turnout the last couple of years, 150, 160 bikes. It's at 29410 County Road 6 in Elkhart. So that's coming up. That'll be a big thing doing. So, besides that, Johnny, man, thanks for coming on today, man. We're going to get into his story here in a bit. Johnny was Marine in Desert Storm, a combat engineer. So thank you for your service on that note. Let's go back to the beginning, man. Where was you born?
I was born in Lexington Park, Maryland.
You were born in Maryland?
Yes.
Really? And then when did you come to this area?
6 months after I was born here, my mom and dad moved here.
They moved here to South Bend, Indiana, and you grew up on the west side?
I grew up on the west side of South Bend, and then we moved out near Scottsdale Mall area.
Oh, you lived on the south side?
Then I graduated from LaSalle High School.
Okay.
But my mom and dad divorced when I was 4. And I was raised by my grandparents till I was like 9 in Georgia.
Down in Georgia?
Mm-hmm.
Where at in Georgia?
Outside a town called Register, Georgia.
Yeah.
And a small town that's the sign said Register, Georgia, quarter mile. And if you didn't read the sign, you missed the town.
Okay.
So I grew up on dirt roads in the summertime, outhouses. And then when school was out, I go down there and then I come back here once I came back to South Bend. But I grew up my early years in this country.
In the country.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you were 9 years old, you came back to South Bend?
Here and went to Colfax Elementary School.
Okay.
Then I went to Central High School, Middle School. And then I went to LaSalle High School.
You went to LaSalle.
Mm-hmm.
Did you play any sports or anything like that? No, you wasn't into that?
I wasn't into sports. I grew up with strict aunts that when street lights came on, you better be in the house.
You better be in the house,
Better be in the house. And then had to, my aunts basically raised me until my dad got himself together and was able to support. He was supporting us, but he was, me and my 3 sisters that he was taking care of, and my aunt helped him raise us. Mm-hmm. And when he got himself together and everything, we went and lived with him when I was, I want to say about 11 or 12 once we came back here, and he found the house and we moved in. He raised us and he worked all the time.
Yeah. Where'd your dad work at?
He worked at Dodge, White Farm, and Transpo.
Transpo? Mm-hmm. That's the bus company here.
Yeah, he retired from Transpo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. That's cool, man. So how early do you have any other family members that were in the military?
My sister that graduated after me joined, well, my dad was in the Navy.
Okay.
That's where he met my mom at.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he was stationed at Lexington Park.
Yeah, in Maryland.
He was stationed in Lexington Park at Axe River.
Axe River?
Mm-hmm. And he was a cook in the Navy.
He was cooking in the Navy?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then, like I say, he moved here, and then my 2 sisters was born. And then, like I say, we went down south, was raised, and then we moved back here. And I didn't play any sports. Well, yes, I did. I played baseball in junior high school.
Yeah.
My friends that know this, and if they ever watch this, gonna laugh. The reason why I quit playing baseball, I got hit in the head with a baseball. Trying to catch it.
Hurt, didn't it?
Oh, yeah. That made me quit.
Yeah.
I tried to play football and broke my hand.
Oh.
And didn't play football anymore. Mm-hmm. I wasn't a very good runner. I was a track manager. Basketball I love, and I got cut from the basketball team, so I became the manager of the basketball team. But I was involved with sports, but didn't play any sports.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So your dad was in the military.
Yes.
Did you have any other like uncles or anything like that?
My dad was the only person
that you knew that was in the military.
In our family. I was ever in the military until my sister joined before me because I went to college for a year.
Oh, did you?
I went to college, and college life wasn't for me.
Where'd you go to college at?
Bloomington.
You went to IU Bloomington?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I partied all the time. That was my first time away from home. And I was wild.
Yeah.
My grades wasn't the greatest, and all I did was party.
Uh-huh.
And I dropped out of college and came back home here, and my grandfather passed away.
Oh, okay.
And we went to Georgia, and on his deathbed, at his gravesite, I sat down next to him. Everybody was worried about me because I sat at his gravesite. He was my big mentor.
Yeah.
And I told him I got to get away from all this because a lot of my friends up here were bound for trouble. I didn't want trouble.
What year did you graduate from LaSalle?
I graduated from LaSalle in 1977.
Okay.
I didn't join the Marine Corps until 1979.
Okay.
And I told him that I'm going to the service.
You told your grandpa at his gravesite?
At his gravesite. I'm going to go at home. I'm going to the service. I'm getting
Get
away.
your shit together.
Yeah. Because a couple of my buddies were dying. A couple of them were bound and going to prison. And I was like, I got to get away.
Yeah. You didn't want to go down that, run that streets.
My aunts were worried about me because I grew up with 9 sisters.
Uh-huh.
I have no brothers.
Uh-huh.
So my mentor was my dad, and my cousin, me and him was like brothers. Everybody thought we were brothers because he was the only person I hung out with.
He was like same age. He went to LaSalle?
He went to LaSalle. He graduated a year behind. He graduated with my sister.
78.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And his grandmother and my grandfather was brother and sister.
Mm-hmm.
So me and him, and he used to go down to Georgia every summer with me too also.
Okay.
And he stayed with his grandparents, and I stayed with mine. And I worked on the farm.
You worked on the farm?
Oh, yeah. I learned how to pick tobacco.
You really?
Chop cotton. Yeah. Castrate pigs.
Uh-huh.
I learned how to do all that stuff. And
this is back before you graduated, obviously. This was
before I graduated.
Like 13, 14.
Yeah. Yeah. When I was real young, I was doing all that stuff on the farm. That's why I tell people nowadays, that's where I get my work. That stuff.
It's from when your time on that farm?
Time on the farm, because I used to get up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning and do my chores and then go to school.
Uh-huh.
And then come back home from school, do my chores, then do my homework. Then I had playtime.
Right.
But then, like I said, when the street light came on, raised with my aunts.
Better be home.
And not coming home, walking on the porch when the light come on. Be in the house when the light come on.
Mm-hmm.
If not, I'm from the old school. Mm-hmm. And like I tell people, you know what? I was raised different.
Yeah.
I was raised strict.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very strict. And I wouldn't call it abuse. I would call it discipline.
Right.
I was disciplined.
Mm-hmm.
And,
I feel you.
And it was embedded in me, discipline.
Sure.
I jump around. When I went to college, I pledged the fraternity.
Which one did you pledge?
Phi and Psi.
Okay.
And when I got out of college, when I dropped out of college, my college life, when I told my grandfather I was going to go to the military and get away from the area, I went to go join the Navy.
Really?
Yeah. Until they told me submarine.
Until they told you what?
Submarine.
They wanted to put you on a submarine?
Mm-hmm. They see, Doc, my job in the Navy, if I joined the Navy, I would have been a corpsman.
Really?
That's what my job was. The test that I passed, they were going to have me be a corpsman.
So let's back up. Okay, so let me get this straight. So you graduated from high school at 77.
Mm-hmm.
You go down to Bloomington, Indiana University, 78. Then you drop out of college, 78. And then you went in, what year did you go in?
79.
You went in 79.
My grandfather was buried on my 21st birthday.
Is that right?
That's when I made a promise that I was going to the military.
Uh-huh.
I got back here on September 12th of 79. I talked to a recruiter on September 18th. September 23rd, I was on my way to the Marine Corps boot camp.
You know, our stories are pretty similar. You know, I went to college before I went in, and I came back here and I was like, no, I can't be just hanging around this town. I got to go somewhere. I got to do something, you know. And yeah, so get out of here.
Yeah.
You know? So you initially went and you talked to a Navy recruiter.
I was already.
They were dialing you up to be.
I was getting ready to sign the paperwork.
Okay. And what'd you say about a submarine?
Underwater, too much water to drink.
Yeah.
Too much water to drink. So I told him,
what made you flip to the Marine Corps?
I turned around and seen the Marine recruiter.
Okay.
And the dress blues caught my eye.
Uh-huh.
So I talked to him and I told him what I wanted to do. And if I'm not mistaken, his name was Staff Sergeant Brown.
Was it right over here on Jefferson?
It was downtown.
Downtown.
Where I'm talking to the recruiter at.
Yeah.
And I told him I'm wanting to join the service. He got my ASVAB scores and everything. And I told him, he asked me what was some of the things I wished for. I told him I wished to be an engineer.
Okay.
And I wanted to go to Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
That was some dreams I had.
Sure.
Well, the Marine Corps made them dreams come true.
Yeah.
Well, I went to boot camp.
So you go to boot camp in 79?
79, September 79.
September 79.
Right.
Hollywood or?
Hollywood.
That means San Diego, folks.
I was supposed to go to Harris Island, but
that's East Coast.
Wow. When I was at the atheist station, I met this guy, Darren Hightower from Danville, Illinois. And
Yeah.
me and him became good friends while we was at the atheist station.
Uh-huh.
And
this is where you're just forming up before you go off to boot camp, right?
And I changed my dates to go in, and I went into the buddy program with him.
Okay.
And that's why I went in so quick, so soon on the 23rd of September. And by me going in September the 23rd, changing all of my ship off dates and everything, I got promoted. The PFC out the deal, and I got to go to California.
They made you an E3, right?
No, they made me an E2.
E2. Okay. So
I got a PFC out the deal.
Okay.
I'm going as a private.
Okay. So you didn't do much delayed entry.
No.
You signed up and you shipped.
That's it. And I went home and I told my dad that I was leaving. And he asked me, where are you going? I said, the military. He said, follow my footsteps because I'm a junior.
Uh-huh.
And so he was in the Navy. He thought I was going to the Navy. I told him, I said, I was intending on going to the Navy, but they said submarine.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him, no, not for me, too much water to drink. And I joined the Marine Corps, and he said, are you crazy? He said, that's the worst branch to join because they gonna beat you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I'm going, and I'm leaving the 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, okay, good luck. Well, while I was in boot camp, I told him when I left, I told him I done heard stories already. Don't write me. Don't send me nothing.
You told him that.
Oh, I told him, don't do
Send
nothing.
me a cake.
Don't do nothing. And I was in what they call honor platoon because our platoon was winning all the events and everything.
So let's back up a second. So you ship out, you fly from here to San Diego?
Mm-hmm.
You fly to San Diego. So what were your first impressions? I mean, did they yell at you right away? Did you put your feet on the yellow foot?
The first night,
warm up, you know?
the first night was an adventure for me
Mm-hmm.
because all that yelling and everything. I was the first one to get dumped out the rack
Okay.
because they went through that story about you getting up, going to bed late, getting up early. Well, that's a true story.
Yeah.
And they went through yelling, and I looked over at him and I said, I only had a couple hours sleep. Talked to me a few minutes later when they turned the Bronco world.
They flipped you out of the rack?
Oh, yes, they
Was
did.
you on the top?
I was on the top.
Okay, so everybody's in bunk beds in boot camp. No matter what ranch you're in.
And I was ready to fight.
You was ready to fight?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Because I told them, you don't lose their mind.
Uh-huh.
I didn't use them words, but I told them more or less, you don't lose your mind.
Yeah, what was their response?
And they just started yapping at me. So I got up and went on and did what they wanted me to do. And then we went through the process and got our uniforms and everything.
Got your head shaved?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Then when we got our DIs, I was the first one on the quarterdeck. That was on the middle squad bay where everybody got PT.
Uh-huh.
I was the first one. I was up there for 45 minutes.
And just hammered in?
Because they walked by me and I just followed them. They walked by me. They asked me, what you looking at? And I said, you. Well, in the Marine Corps, you is a female sheep. And you don't use that terminology to a drill instructor.
You found out that day.
I found out that day. My bunkmate, he thought he was next and he started crying. And if I'm not mistaken, his name was Miles.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, I could have swore I was going to be the first next after you. Well, you could take my clothes and wring them out. That's how much sweat came out of me.
They just worked you, huh?
And then once we got formed up as a platoon all together, I became the platoon guy.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I was the guy. And every night, Staff Sergeant Cruz, guidance squad leader, I had fire watch every night in boot camp.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't stay the guy that much. It was flipped between me and a guy from McCarthy, from Boston. And how did he come way over to where we was at? But he was the guy. And they kept flipping back and forth.
Now, what's the guide? What's your job?
Carried the guide out.
Carried the flag.
To carry the flag.
Carried your boot camp flag. That's what a guide is. So,
and so I didn't like running in.
Yeah.
Well, go back to the stories when I was in college.
Mm-hmm.
We used to run all the time. We wasn't allowed to run where, ride transportation vehicles or anything. So we had to run. So that broke me of wanting to run.
Yeah.
After I went to the Marine Corps, I hated running. But my legs used to bother me. That's when, as life went on, I learned that I had circulation problem with my legs.
Mm-hmm. Even way back then, you could tell.
I had them, but I didn't never go to sick bay on it. Didn't never whine and complain. I just didn't want to run.
Right.
So they dropped me off as the guy, and then I do well at certain other things. Then they tell me you're the guide again, and I go on. And I spent all the boot camp doing that back and forth, no sleep hardly, guide squadrons, and standing fire watch. My fire watch was always in the middle of the night. So I never slept when we went to bed at 10 o'clock at night, 2 to 4, I was always up.
You were doing
fire watch.
Yeah.
Fire watch. We got our platoon in trouble one morning when we was dressed when the lights came on.
Yeah.
And the series commander was standing in the middle of the squad bay and got the DIs in trouble. So we had to go to the pit then. But I told everybody they can't kill us.
What's the pit?
Those people that don't know. Playing in the sand. Go dig it. Oh, Marines. This picture here. Everybody think we in dress blues. We're not in dress blues. We got a Dickie on.
Yeah.
It's just covered in you from here to here. And
is that all that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It ain't the full uniform.
Uh-huh.
And
everybody gets one of these in boot camp.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what brand.
And we go to the pit. And then after we go to the pit, go take our picture day.
Uh-huh.
Get the dirt off your face and go take a picture.
Right.
telling all the secrets.
Sure. Good stuff. But how long was boot camp back then?
13 weeks.
13 weeks. You
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
And you went to the range.
Went to the range. We had an incident where we went to the 60 range. Had a young recruit that was retraining an opportunity, turned the 60 on it.
For those that don't know, an M60 is a like machine gun.
Yeah.
Okay.
He turned it on us and then took the firing pin out.
Oh, the range.
They suspected he was a piece of shit.
Right.
Yeah. So, and they took the firing pin out and he cleared the bleachers.
But he took that M60 and he turned it on everybody like he was going to fire on y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Man, he got kicked out. No,
we don't know.
You don't know. He just disappeared.
No, he disappeared.
Right.
We saved him that night going back, but he was a piece
Yeah.
of work.
Yeah.
He got retraded. He was a retraded opportunity, and if I'm not mistaken, he didn't graduate with us.
I'll bet you they just booted him out.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want somebody like that in there. You know.
At the boot camp, it was a group of 8 of us. We had engineers down as our MOS, but we left and we met up at Fort Belvoir.
Where's that at?
In Virginia, Army base.
Oh, really?
We was going to go to school at Fort Belvoir. Wrong school. They found out. So we was there for a week and a half. They shipped us out. From there we went to Little Creek.
Little Creek, Virginia.
To a school there. And we was there for a month.
Now, is this a Marine Corps?
No, it's a Navy. It's a Navy dog.
Okay.
And the school that they sent us to, we were all driving the PFCs. And when the class got ready to start, we looked around. Everybody had rockers on. They had sent us to a FNCO class.
Really?
Yeah, for the O2 field. So there again, we at the wrong duty station. So we walked around pushing a broom for 3 or 4 hours a day, and then messed off the rest of the day. But as long as we was there at 7:30 that morning.
Yeah, you have to check in formation. A formation.
Yeah,
there.
Make sure we was all there, and then we got from there. I think we was there about a month. Then we got our orders to Camp Lejeune engineer school.
So now you're finally getting to the engineer.
Now we're finally getting to the engineer school.
Camp Lejeune is in North Carolina.
And it was at Courthouse Bay.
Okay. Courthouse
Bay was the farthest point on Camp Lejeune that you can go to. It was 17 miles away from main side.
The main gate.
Oh, no, main side.
Main side.
Yeah, you couldn't even walk around. Courthouse Bay was nothing. I think we had a PX there and a chow hall. And it was a small PX. And if you want to go you better know the bus schedule to go to main side to go to big PX. Because other than that, you wasn't getting that. And then we had I think it was the winter there. It snowed, and I think it snowed, and people were jumping off the 3rd floor balcony in the snow piles.
Really?
Yeah, because they tripped because we were stuck. And they didn't know what snowdrift was down there and nothing. So,
but you coming from northern Indiana.
It didn't bother me.
Because okay, now let's go back. You went through the blizzard of 77, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so the
78.
The blizzard of 78.
Yeah.
Around here was legendary in northern Indiana. We were off school for, a long time, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we was going to local 3rd story of the grade school gym and jumping off the roof of the gymnasium and wondering where the bicycle racks were.
I was, my tail. I was up in IU on the dorm on the roof, rolling big snowballs and letting them fall down on the street. Yeah.
So once you got down to June, that snow was nothing after being up here. You know,
And then I met Master Sergeant Basic.
Master Sergeant Basic.
I never forget him because we was in formation, and he asked me who I was, and I told him, and he was wanting me to say yes, sir, and no, sir, and I said yep and no. He said, "Oh, you gonna be one of them badasses." I'm 21 years old, so I'm like, you know what? This kid stuff, it ain't for me. Nah, I'm 21 years old. I'm a grown man. You if you want me to respect you, you gonna respect me. That's the mentality I had.
Mhm.
I respect his rank, but calling him sir and all of that, and he just dug it in. And then I just gave in, and then all my buddies that would travel with us. Mind you, when we was in Little Creek, I was stationed in a town where my mom lived at.
Okay.
And I never got to know my three sisters that well that my mom had when her and my dad separated.
Mm-hmm.
That was trauma in my life at the time when I was 13. I'm going to back it up before I joined the Marine Corps.
Sure.
When I was 13 years old, my mom took my two sisters, Angie and Kathy, and took them to California for spring break. And I was going to see the Highland Globetrotters. And she more or less took them with no intention to return to them. And I had a breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
I had a violent breakdown. I got to the point where I got violent, and I had to go see the family children's center people.
You were getting violent with who, like other kids?
It didn't matter. I did.
You just wanted to fight?
I just wanted to. My violence in me, if you did something wrong to me, you better watch it back because I will get you.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to, and then I had plotted on a map to do some harm to my mother.
Okay.
And they sat me down and talked with me. And I knew they would move from California to Maryland, the town I moved in. I plotted. And I'm not ashamed to say it, but I plotted to kill my mom.
Okay.
And so my sister, them was my pride joy to me.
Mm-hmm.
So they said I needed help. I got help that I needed. And when I turned 16, my dad came home one night. He said, "You want to go visit your sisters?" I said, "Can I please?" Because they were the ones that I knew. I missed them. I hadn't talked to them or nothing. Well, I was 16. We got there. I knew nobody on my mom's side of the family. I met my grandmother on my mom's mom for the very first time. She was hilarious.
Yeah.
I had fun talking with her. And I asked my sisters, "Do y'all want to come spend the summer with me?" Now my wheels are turning. My dad had legal guardianship custody of my sisters.
Mm-hmm.
And said, ask them, do they want to come? And I asked them. And they said, yeah. I said, well, get some clothes. I'm going to ask Mama, can y'all come spend the summer? And I called her when she was drinking and everything. Mm-hmm. And she said, yes. So on the way back from Maryland to here, I told them, y'all know y'all ain't going back. And they said, we hope not.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as we got back here, I picked up the phone and called my mom. And I said, ha, ha, ha. Last joke's on you. I got my sisters back. Well, fast forward now, I'm in the military, and I got my sisters that when she kidnapped my two sisters that I got,
Mm-hmm.
stationed in the town my mom lived in. And I'm like, I really don't want to deal with them, but I want to deal with my sisters. Because I want to get to know them because they are my sisters. So every payday, mom's husband that, when she kidnapped my sisters, I'm going to say kidnapped, was in the Navy. He was in deployment, so she came back here to get them. So they were right around the Navy base.
Mm-hmm.
Because their dad had passed away. So they had military rights and all that, I guess. I don't know, but she could get on base with no problem and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So I would take them out to dinner and everything. And I got to know my mom a little bit. But still, yeah, I didn't drop my guard.
Mm-hmm.
So I rebuilt a relationship with my mom. And so now I got ordered to go to, with June. I got there. So every weekend I used to leave with June and go visit my sisters.
And your sisters were where?
In Norfolk, Virginia.
Okay.
So I didn't get to see my other sisters that I grew up with, basically, but the three youngest ones that I knew of,
Uh-huh.
I was able to see that.
Okay.
So I go up and visit their family.
Mm-hmm.
So I hung out with them and everything. And then my son came along, a girl got pregnant, and I got orders to go to, well, after engineer school.
So let's back up. So engineer school was at Camp Lejeune.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How long was that school? What do you learn to do in engineer school?
Engineer school, we learned how to build fighting holes, build bunkers, play with demolition,
Uh-huh.
and minefields.
Okay.
That's combat engineer. Build bridges.
Build bridges,
You,
metal detectors for minefields.
mm-hmm. Part of our MOS consists of minefield maintenance.
Minefield mate.
And to get our minefield maintenance, you had to go to Gitmo, where the live minefield is.
So there's those who don't know, that's down in Cuba.
Mm-hmm.
Gitmo was made famous during the global war on terror, but Gitmo's been a Navy base since she's out, since the 60s, I think.
Yes, and that's where outside the perimeter there is a live minefield.
Guantanamo Bay, Cuba.
And that's where the engineers have to maintain the live mine. You might pick up a mine that's been down in the ground. They used to tell us it might fall apart on you.
Uh-huh.
That's how sensitive some mine work.
Okay.
We have what they call a diaper.
Okay.
And it's a body suit. Like when you go, like you see EOD and what all that,
Uh-huh.
that's for minefield maintenance.
For doing that.
Yeah.
How long was your engineer school?
We got the school started. Let me see. We got there in February. I think our school was for April. So I will say like
3 months, 3 months.
2 or 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah. School.
Okay.
And then I got orders after school to go to 8th Engineers.
Where was that located at?
Main side. Well, no, Fritz Creek in Camp Lejeune.
Still on Camp Lejeune.
Still on Camp Lejeune.
Okay.
But we got to the Joint Reception Center and they put us all of the day was like, we want to see something. So they put us with a typewriter. And I did like this and started typing. And I never made it to 8th Engineers.
No.
No. I became a dispersion clerk.
Because they could tell right then that you know how to type.
I knew how to type.
You picked up typing somewhere along.
In high school.
High school, you took a typing
I
class.
took a typing class.
It's an elective. And there's a lot of girls in typing classes. I took a typing class.
So I never went to my MOS for 2.5 years.
Okay.
So 2.5 years, I got orders. And I was an NCO. I was an E4.
Okay.
And
This is still on your first enlistment?
first enlistment.
Okay.
And then I went got orders, they asked me where did I want to go. And I said, if I can go to Hawaii, it'd be great.
This is coming back around. Yes. Okay.
And they said, just so happen, we got a slot for Hawaii.
Bingo.
I had orders in Hawaii. So I came home for 30 days. That was the only time I ever came back here when I was joining the Marine Corps. I never, here, that was the only time I came home. Then I got ordered to go to Hawaii. When I went to Hawaii, I was there for 4 years. No, 3 years with Hawaii.
So you did 2 years dispersing clerk. And then when that 2.5 years were out,
I
they
went
give you
to
orders
Hawaii to go to my MOS. Well, when I went to my MOS, I didn't know that much. So
right, because you got out of school and probably forgotten a lot.
Forgot a whole bunch.
Right.
So I had a lieutenant, Butterbar, that rode this. He rode me every shit detail that he could give me. I did, and I did it with a smile.
Because you're in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Right.
And while I was there, I got married.
Okay.
And then.
Is this when your son comes along?
No, my son, I never seen a picture of him. I seen my son for a little bit while I was in Lejeune, but then I got orders. That part I'm gonna skip out a lot because that's
not
well, no, know what? Because you know what? It's already been out there. My son, mom did some things to try to get me locked up.
Right.
Yeah, and it backfired. And so she tried to keep me from my son. So when I got orders to Hawaii, I went to Hawaii. She put my son up for adoption.
Okay.
And then as I was in Hawaii, he got adopted. And I did my deployments while I was in Hawaii and everything. I did two Westpacks. I've seen the whole west end of the continent over that way. Been so many countries over there that I had a blast. I've traveled. And when I got back to the continent of the United States, I want to see my son. Well, I got served some papers where the adoption was held up because I wasn't in the country. So the state of Virginia told me I'm on the go all the time. I can't have custody of my son. So from the age of 4 to 29, I never seen my son. And fast forward, I'm skip a lot of this and we talk about my son. I got to see my son the Christmas. My mom died in 2008. A month later, we looked for my son, couldn't find me. My son found me 2 days before Christmas, 2008. And I messaged him back, and our bond is not as strong as I would like it to be. But we still talk to each other cordially. He's upset with me because of the things that he went through, which I try to explain to him. I had no control of it.
Right.
But he still don't see that.
Yeah.
My son, I love him to death, but it's
Fragile.
right. So now I'll go back to Hawaii.
So let's go back to Hawaii. So you get to this, you haven't done much in engineering, forgot a whole bunch of it. You got a lieutenant to drive your ass, giving you all.
Oh, he sent me to Salt School, small units, leader court. He thought that was a break. So when you do leader courts is a school that you can set in and they teach you tactics. They used to walk in this school and the classroom and go CS grenades. Well, we don't have gas masks. So we got to sit there and take this.
Take it. Hit the floor.
And we dug graves, fill it with mud, water, and go lay in it and bake ourselves inside. We camouflage up in Hawaii for the red clay and stuff. I didn't learn all that stuff. And all it was teaching us warfare tactics.
Warfare tactics.
At the same time, I'm learning all about, relearning myself about engineer field. We rocked the island.
You rocked the island?
With some explosives.
Okay.
Oh, the governor called a base. So we took about 2,500 pounds worth of explosives and just going all up at once.
And the governor called
we called the base general because it wasn't that far from his house.
Really?
He was like, what did somebody just do it? He said, it's the combat training field. Combat engineers out there training. He said, oh, no, they can't do that no more. Because I don't know how many pounds they explode, but it rocked my house. And we got in a little trouble for that.
Yeah.
But my lieutenant, we went out. I wished I had some of the pictures, all my awards and everything that I received, pictures that I had. I lost it all because that wife that I was married to and the wife tried to kill.
Oh, geez, now.
Oh, we might not have enough time to cover me. You might want me on a 2-hour cast because
that's okay. We got some.
See, that wife that I had in Hawaii.
So you got married in Hawaii?
Yes.
Yes. While you were
while I was stationed there.
Okay.
Well, I went on my deployments.
So now let's back up. Okay. So your deployment, you talk about you went on a
Westpac.
Okay. So for those people that don't know what a Westpac is, it's a cruise. It's not a cruise like a cruise ship. This is a Navy ship that takes a whole bunch of Marines. And what a Westpac means is you go to South Korea.
The first stop is the Philippines.
Okay.
The second stop from the Philippines is Korea. We do a team spirit. The third stop, we might go back to the Philippines and then we'll go down to Australia, Indonesia, Singapore, and all of them. Then we'll come back and go to the Philippines again. Then we might go to Thailand, Hong Kong, Diego Garcia. We do all of that.
Diego Garcia is an island off the coast of India. It's nothing there but U.S. military.
Yeah, we did a death march on that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
How long is a death march?
26 miles.
26 miles.
The death march with just your packing gear. I think it's 26 miles, but it was long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did one of those going through FMF school in Pendleton.
Yeah.
We did the death march. So you do a Westpac and then you came back to Hawaii, right? So you stepped off. What ship were you on? You remember?
I was on the Tripoli. I was on the Belleau Woods, the Peleliu, LHA, LPH, and LPDs.
Those are all names of Marine Corps ballads, aren't they? Belleau Woods.
I hated LSTs. Flat bottom.
Yeah, why'd you hate it?
Flat bottom is like this.
And
when the rock, you sit down and have to eat like this.
You have to eat like that?
With the tray.
To keep your tray from falling off?
When the ship rolled, your tray rolled.
It will literally fall off the end of the table.
It will fall off the end of the table where somebody might have puked in your tray, in the deck tray, and you get down to take a dip, and they tray is set in front of you. Woo! So,
yeah. Yeah, this isn't a cruise ship. Like when I think they went on a cruise, it's not like what you think, folks.
Yeah.
So you come back to Hawaii after your first Westpac, and then you're
training all over again. Because then we get ready for our next rotation to go back out.
To go back on another
Westpac. So you might be back from that Westpac and getting ready for a year later
to go on your next one.
We'll go to the next one.
Are you shellback?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Being on war. Being a wall was a mess.
Well, let's talk about that for people who don't know. A shellback is somebody who's crossed the equator. Somebody who has not crossed the equator is a pollywog.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So talk to us a little bit about what it was like when you went across the equator to become a shellback.
They save all the garbage.
They save all the garbage from the mess hall, from the
mess
town
hall.
hall where you eat.
Where you eat. And they find the biggest guy on the ship and make him King Neptune. And they build this big old tube, and you gotta crawl through all this garbage. And when you come out the tunnel, a pollywog do not walk. A pollywog crawls for the whole day. Crawls around on a steel deck.
On your hands and knees.
And you gotta kiss the belly button of King Neptune.
That's at the end of your walk.
The end of the,
And anybody that is not a shellback has to go through this ceremony, right?
yeah.
Doesn't matter if you're the commander of the ship or a lonely E1 cook in the chow hall.
Yeah.
Officers and enlisted, everybody is a pollywog.
Yeah.
Rank does not matter in this, right?
That day, it does not matter. But officers get to mess with officers, and the enlisted mess with enlisted.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
they're separated like that.
Well, they make sure because enlisted can get an officer, and they can really do some.
Yeah. Paddling and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's easy.
Yeah. It's easy. I don't know if they do it anymore.
I don't either. But back in the day, it was something to be, and it was fun.
Uh-huh.
For some reason, I used to have my shellback card.
Uh-huh.
I used to have a lot of stuff I had because it was in my wallet, but a lot of stuff I lost. Like I say, after I got stabbed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then we come back to after I did my second deployment, I get ordered to come back to the States.
So when did you go through the shellback? Was that on your first?
My first deployment.
Your first deployment is when you got pollywogged into a shellback.
Shellback.
So now on your second deployment, did you cross the equator again?
Mm-hmm.
So now you're a shellback. Now you get to dish out the abuse, and you don't have to crawl through the track.
I don't have to crawl through.
Right.
Yeah. So once you're a shellback, you get to initiate the other people that. But see, in my platoon, I only dealt with my platoon, and most of us went through at this first time, and we didn't have any add-ons that was new, so people could cross-deck.
What's cross-deck?
What cross-decking mean is if you out on deployment already and you coming back, you can cross-deck, to the deployment that's going over.
Okay.
So you'll never come back to Hawaii. They'll fly you out and cross-deck you.
Okay.
And we have people that do that. Matter of fact, I was just talking to my unit that I was with in Hawaii. We going through a process right now where we in the last year, we done lost 5 of our friends.
Mm-hmm.
And we just lost one 2 nights ago.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
And we was on the phone talking to each other. And, they're all dying of cancer. And all of us were engineers, and all of us were at Capital June. And
It's at bad water time.
at that bad water.
Did you see on the commercials on TV and stuff? Yeah.
Yeah. And,
Who's in the?
and he just died.
'Cause what years were you in Lejeune? When you moved to
I was in Lejeune from 79 basically to 82.
82.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when we were all in school together.
Mm-hmm.
And
So you still stay in touch with some of the cats you were with?
we have a reunion every year.
Man, that's cool.
Yeah. And some of the ones, other units that I've been in,
Uh-huh.
we all talk to each other a lot.
That's super cool.
I talk to a lot of them. And a lot of them are from the Midwest area.
Okay.
Yeah. And so we talk a lot. A lot of, even the ones that we get to get along with, we still communicate with each other because we got a bond.
Sure.
We got a bond that no one else can break.
Right.
Because just like I said, out of this unit that I was with in Hawaii, out of the two platoons that I was with, it's only a platoon of us left. So, they're all dying.
Mm-hmm.
And not on wood.
Yeah, right.
Because I'm the oldest one out of the whole bunch.
Really?
All the rest of them are like from 60 to, I want to say, 66.
Uh-huh.
I'm 67, and all of them are gone.
Uh-huh.
And we look for some of the staff sergeants that we were with. They're all gone.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, wow, when will it ever the process? But you know what though? And we all say, just like Beirut bombing.
Uh-huh.
It was a group of us that were in school together. I lost them in Beirut when the bombing happened.
Oh, you have some buddies that you went through engineer school that happened to be in the Beirut barracks. I believe that was 1983.
Yeah.
When a terrorist drove a truck bomb into Marine barracks in Beirut, Lebanon, and killed 243,
Somewhere around
something like that. Rachel probably put it up on the big roasted. Yeah, I know. Yeah, my best friend when I was in Corman, he was in charge of the morgue for that. He was out of Signalis.
Just last night, I was with one of the Beirut bombing survivors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was only a couple, man.
Yep.
There was only a couple. So let's go back to Hawaii, man. So you come back, your second Westpac kind of mirrored the first one.
Mm-hmm.
You went to Thailand, Singapore, all these places. You're doing training missions.
When we was in Thailand, the second deployment, we pulled in. The ship wasn't able. Funny story. The ship wasn't able to go all the way in and stop. So it anchored out. So we might boat in. We partied out that night. That morning we have to meet to go back to ship for formation.
Uh-huh.
We get there after we done partied. The ship is gone.
Ship's gone.
Yeah. All the ships are gone. The tide was going out, so the ship had to go out.
Okay.
And go around to where it's high tide. So we got there, we like, oh man, we done missed the movement. Missed the movement. We done partied so much. We done lost some time. Well, all of a sudden these buses come in and they say, y'all didn't miss movement. The tide went out. So y'all are on a week's liberty.
You got a week's liberty.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Non-reporting.
Non-reporting. You are free to roam around. What could possibly go wrong? A bunch of Marines loose for a week.
That happened to us in, we was anchored in, at Dockside in Perth, Australia. And we got a week and a half of liberty.
Oh boy.
Non-reporting because we live where the area where we partied at, we had to catch the bus to and everything. So we got a week. Australia is the place. I got a buddy's son living over there now. He ain't coming back to the United States.
I've heard stories about Australia.
Australia is fun.
That's a good place to be, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So you come back off your second Westpac. What happens after your second Westpac?
I get orders to come to Cherry Point, North Carolina.
Okay.
I get back to Cherry Point, North Carolina, and we get there. I get back. It's 85, 84, 80, 85.
Okay.
Get it at 85.
Uh-huh.
Late 84. And I meet. We're doing good there. I'm with a unit that teaches cold weather training. I'm with the wing now.
You're where?
With their wing.
You ended
Swing with the wing.
Now is this your second enlistment?
Yeah, I re-enlisted in Hawaii.
So you re-enlisted in Hawaii?
Yeah, and now I'm on my second enlistment.
Okay.
So I'm working on it, and I'm doing good. Let me back up. First enlistment. Well, when I got married, my wife, we'll talk about her a second.
Sure.
She got mad one day. And she grabbed a knife and she cut her ring finger. And she was sitting on the edge of the bed with a house needle and thread sewing. And I looked like, oh, what is going on here? So I grab her, we go to the hospital, and in the emergency room, while she waiting on them, she tell me I need to talk to you. And she tell me she's addicted to heroin.
This is when you're in Hawaii, right?
In Hawaii.
She tells you she's a junkie.
And a junkie.
Yeah.
And it blows my mind.
Yeah.
Because I ain't never dealt with nothing like this before in my life. So I talked to one of my buddies that was in my platoon. And he said, well, the only thing I can say is we get her to go cold turkey and we have to report her. We got her to go cold turkey for a month. We will feed her. The kids will feed her. And she went cold turkey. She got clean. So we thought. We get back to the States and she meet this lady. And we done left Hawaii now, back in the States. And she meet this lady and I don't know if she was using drugs or not, but she didn't have to work. When I was at Cherry Point, I was a bouncer at a club. I drove a taxi cab. And plus I did the Marine Corps.
Mm-hmm.
And Cherry Point was rough for me. She went out one day, got mad, and ran across one of them deep ditches and broke. Well, she hurt herself, so she had to go to the hospital. Well, the MPs thought I had used her and wanted to arrest me. She told them the men never laid their hands up to eat good. So I'm like, but every rib in her body had been broken from her head.
Mm-hmm.
So I get with this, in this unit we have cold weather training. So I have to go to Fort McCoy.
What's
out?
Okay.
Cold weather training, learn how to sleep in the snow.
Uh-huh.
And we up there, life is good. Then I come back. 2 or 3 months later, we go to Norway, where it's cold. We sleep in GP tents.
Sleep in what?
GP tents, big tents.
Okay.
And it's like
General purpose tents.
general purpose tents.
GP tents. Okay.
And everybody, we engineers. I worked in a carpenter shop.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's tent flapping like this in the wind when it's cold. Where we engineers, all our tents never flap. We got 5-foot walls. We control the shower, the beer tent, the electricity, you name it. The engineer unit controlled it. We had to use. So basically, you piss us off.
Yeah.
You can get a cold shower.
Mm-hmm.
We turn the heaters off. The beer tent, we close it down. Nobody get no beer.
Moral of the story is
Don't mess with the engineer.
now mess with the engineer.
Engineer. 3 things you learn not to mess with. Cooks,
Mm-hmm.
the engineers, and your motor team.
Right.
Well, that's how you got around.
Mm-hmm.
But we had fun. We had a herd of moose go through our camp. 10 tents down.
Oh, wow. This was in Norway?
In Norway, yeah. It was hilarious. They just rampage. And then we spent, I want to say 3 months out in the cold like that.
Yeah.
And then we come back to the States.
You come back to Cherry Point.
Come back to Cherry Point.
All right.
Then, story with that is summertime, me and my neighbor, we go, and our wives, we go to the beach. My wife come back to me with a machete.
This is the same one that was.
The junkie, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
She comes to you with a machete.
come after me.
Okay.
And I go in the bedroom, lock the bedroom door. She chops the door up, and I jump out the window. Call the FPs, the FPs lock me up.
Lock you up.
Lock me up, because she told them in Spanish that I'm the one that did it.
So your wife spoke Spanish.
Yeah, she's Puerto Rican and Hawaii.
She's Puerto Rican and Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you met her in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Got married to her in Hawaii, and then you go back now you're in Cherry Point.
And so, the FPs asked me to search the house. I love search the house. She sat on top of the Mercedes because she talked to us Spanish. I told him she sat on top of it. So I get orders. That all straightened out. I'm determined to make everything work. Life experience goes on. I worked in a hobby shop. We learned how to do ceramics. Got detached. We got orders to go to Okinawa, Japan. I'm jumping years now because the experience in the Cherry Point was work. We built Tongue Tavern. And an airplane hangar for the Marine Corps birthday.
Really?
Yeah, we built a replica of it.
I built a replica of Tongue Tavern.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, Tongue Tavern is
The birthplace of the Marine Corps.
the birthplace of the Marine Corps, originating in Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There is the real one. Yeah.
So we built that replica. I played football while I was in Okinawa.
So you go from Cherry Point after you went to Norway, you come back to Cherry Point, then you get orders to Okinawa.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I wrestled Victor the Wrestling Bear. While I was at Cherry Point, I wrestled a bear.
You wrestled the bear.
A bear.
You got to tell me about this.
Oh, we had a colonel. Lieutenant Colonel G. We was the Iron Man of Cherry Point Air Station.
Okay.
Our unit, if we had any sports going on, no matter what time it was, we did it as a squadron.
Okay.
Everybody will attend. That was mandatory.
Mm-hmm.
Got everything. You will be information supporting your members. And I wrestled this. He walked around. He used to like picking on me. When we got Lieutenant Colonel G as a commander, as our squadron commander, the sun shining bright. We in formation. Soon as he took over, boom, the rain came.
Really?
It poured on us in formation, and we was like, we in trouble. And so he finished speaking, it stopped raining. So every day, he had to walk around with Apple roster. If it was your birthday, he would let you get off for the day. But we ran every weekday. At 5:30, we had a formation. Like PT.
5:30 in the AM PT.
PT every morning.
PT is physical training. Yes.
And we did that. And we had I met a guy here that was from New York that was in the unit at the same time.
Yeah.
And we looked at each other and we was like, I know you. And it's from Cherry Point.
Wow, be doggone.
Yeah. And we ran, and then we had Victor the Wrestling Bear. He said he wants somebody to run it. I was a sergeant at this time now.
Mm-hmm.
And he looked at me, he said, Sergeant Moody, you'll be a good candidate. It wasn't asking, he was telling.
Uh-huh.
And we knew how his asking was. So I wrestled Victor the Wrestling Bear. And my grandmother in Georgia watched it on the news.
Is that right?
Yep. She was like, my nickname is Man. She said, did you wrestle a bear? I said, what are you talking about, Granny? She said, I seen somebody in North Carolina wrestling a bear that looked like you. I said, yes, it was me. It was me. I wrestled the bear. And I mean, that's where I played football. That's when I got into sports.
Mm-hmm.
All along while I was in the Marine Corps, I started playing sports. Football was one of them.
Yeah.
And I broke my wrist.
Okay.
I took duct tape and kept waiting. And when we built Tons Tavern, Lieutenant Colonel G told me I need to go to sick bay to have my wrist looked at. I said, I will, sir, I will. And later on that day, he seen me. I still had wood to give you a direct order. Because I was trying to do push-up one-handed with duct tape on. And he said, then they put it in a cast. And so when we had PT, even though I had a cast on, I better show up for PT. And I had to do jumping jacks in place.
You did jumping jacks when everybody else was doing push-ups.
Calisthenics or whatever.
Yeah.
I had to do jumping jacks. If it required me getting on the ground using my hand. And so did that. Then I got ordered to Okinawa.
Okay.
Ordered to Okinawa. Wife took all my money. At the bank, when they was making direct deposit. Everybody go direct deposit. So she drained my account.
That's in Cherry Point.
She was in Cherry Point and drained my account. I went to Okinawa, Japan for a year. Did that. Come back to Okinawa to Camp Lejeune. But I was still living in Cherry Point.
So how far apart are Cherry Point and Camp?
About 50 miles.
15 miles?
50.
50 miles.
I was driving that every day because she didn't want to move down to Jacksonville area. She wanted to stay in Havelock. So now this is when the stabbing comes. I get home from Okinawa. She don't even know I'm back in the States yet. And she pulled up. We had I'm arguing about what happened when I was home. When I come home, it's done. It's over with. So her guy dropped her off at home. And she telling me, I can't get in with you no more ride. So it don't bother me because I'm down to down. Because you know what? I ain't gonna take the limits of the rumors about this went on, that went on, because everybody got needs. So I'm not going to bother because I won't do anything. So you go in over marriage like that, but it don't happen when we're together. So one night, in the process of us moving out of base house, and I brought my platoon from Camp Lejeune up to where I was at, we can move me out of base house and into my house. So we get into my house and everything. So we get ready to, they come out one weekend and she wanted to go out with her girlfriends. And so we're going to go out. I get out and I go drop them off. I go home to get ready and come back out. Heard this lady is fighting. I got to go talk to her. Mind you, she's in a short skirt, no shoes on, spaghetti strap, blouse, and she fighting. And I told her, you know what, we're not going to do this. And she started arguing with me. And I'm like, no. I'll talk to you later. I'm going to go home. Excuse me. And whenever you're ready to come home, give me a call and I'll come back and pick you up because I'm tired too. I get in the car and I feel something wet for my stomach. I reached out. The knife went into me that far.
She stuck you in the back?
Stuck me in the side.
Stuck you in the side? Dang.
And then I didn't even feel it until I got it bit down and felt something worse. And I turned and looked and I said, you just stuck me. She said, oh, I didn't do a good enough job. I might as well stick you again. I got to go. I got to go. So I started running. You know, the Navy corpsman come out the building of the club. And I said, I need to get to the hospital. I just been stabbed. And I had my hand like this. And he said, get in my car. I'm going to take you to the hospital. Then we crashed the gate at Cherry Point. Well, she tried to run up behind the car. I tried to run her over. I put my foot on the gas. And he said, well, the womanized that. I said, yeah, she the one who did it. So he backed on up. We cracked the gate, got to the hospital. The MPs came and talked to us, and he told them, and they rushed me into the hospital. And I got there, and the surgeon, the doctor was like, well, we need to operate and see how much damage is done to you. I said, I'm telling you, ain't nobody else touched me. Well, my dad is the one convinced them. Well, he was talking to my dad while I was in the emergency room. Talking to him, we don't know what damage is done to your son, sir, but I'm going to give him 48 hours to live.
Oh, jeez.
He won't let nobody cut on him. And when he said 48 hours to live, I said, do what you got to do to be alive. So he cut on me. And when I came up in the recovery, there was my wife looking down on me and my son's boyfriend standing at the end of the bed. Only thing I could do was hit the butt because I had a catheter in me. I hit the butt and the nurse said, Sergeant Woody, what's wrong? I said, would you come get this, excuse my language, bitch out my room? Mm-hmm. And she said, Sergeant Moody, that's your wife. I said, I know, she's the one who stabbed me.
She didn't get locked up?
What's wrong with the story?
Okay.
So they came in, escorted her to the gate. She get to the gate and she told the cops that it was a woman like her, dressed like her, stabbed me. I might be mistaken. And they let her go. She's out, and I'm in the hospital now. She done sliced all the tires on the cars. And luckily, the cab company that I worked for, all of them guys were Marines.
Okay.
Retired Marines. So they grabbed my car, put it in storage, fixed it, and came to visit me and told me what my next move is. I said, I'm stationed in Camp Lejeune. I need to get to Camp Lejeune. So they went out and bought me uniforms because I done told them I'm not going back to the house. And then I'm like, Cherry at Camp Lejeune. Then we get ready to, I'm on convalescent leave.
Okay.
And so they tell, then a storm kicks off. They will leave me behind, and I begged them. I can convalescent on the ship.
So it's like this, like 1990 now.
No, August 16th, 1990 is our ship out date. My court date is August 16th, 1990. Mm-hmm. I give information to them. They say they'll take me. They'll get my court and everything set aside and get it prolonged. Well, we go out to Desert Storm.
No, let's back up. So you go from Camp Lejeune. So now you get aboard a ship.
Uh-huh.
Okay. What ship did you take over to Korea?
USS, no. Yeah, Shreveport.
The Shreveport.
Yeah.
You take that, take that across the Atlantic.
Mm-hmm. So I'm convalescent on the ship, doing everything that we have to do. And I'm just, my injury, the staples and all that was gone. Mm-hmm. So that was the only reason why they took, because I'm just R&R.
Yeah.
Until my 30 days R&R recovery.
Yeah.
So they take me, since it's going to take about 30 days to get over there.
Okay.
Cause we was actually, our unit, what was supposed to be going, we were supposed to be going to, our training was for Panama.
Okay.
So when we got over the Desert Storm or Desert Shield, we was in green. Mm-hmm. This picture here, is after we was over there for, let's see. We was over there for 5 months before we got our desert uniform.
Before you got desert uniform?
Yeah, so we was over there and he was in greens. Mm-hmm. But they used to come get us in the middle of the night or so and fly us at engineers. We got somewhere for y'all to go. Once we got over there, and we fly out, go in the desert, they pick up vehicles and go do some training, and go back to the ship. We used to go to Marine ships.
Okay.
When we coming back to our ship, we stop on a merchant marine ship and hang out for 4 or 5 days.
Now, how are you getting there? Are you flying in on a helicopter? Okay.
Yeah,
Did they have a helo pad on the ship?
On the ship, there's a troop carrier.
Right.
Yeah. So you never did, deployments?
Yeah, I did deployments with a CD battalion. Well, we flew where we went.
Oh.
Yeah, so now, hang on. I flew in a C-130 to Guam. That was no ticket. That was no jump seats. All the way to
Well,
Guam.
see,
So,
well, see, when we went to, C-130s, that's what we used to take when we went to Norway.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Look at
They got a big metal pole here and a big metal pole here. And then it's all red. It was red like Webby. And you had to wear, we got on this C-130 in Gulfport, Mississippi with 95 degrees on, and they told us to take our field jacket. And we're like, why in the world are we taking our field jackets? Well, when you got up to altitude, you knew right away why you had that field jacket, and you froze. All the way to California, and then all the way to Hawaii, and then all the way to Guam, froze after death, eating ham sandwich, pot punch. So, yeah. But, yeah, so you go over to Kuwait. Now tell me what that one commander, he was telling
when we got over there,
about that time.
when we got over there, and actual conflict was getting ready to start, the Commandant of the Marine Corps came on the ship and told us, combat engineers, there's 1,000 of y'all up here. Look to your right, look to your left. Only about 100 of y'all going home. The rest can be a body bag. Y'all might be main body parts missing, but some of y'all will go home. And we had a young man, corporal. I think he was about 26 years old. If I had my cruise book, I'd have been able to tell him. Corporal Horvath was his name. Heart exploded, died of a massive heart attack.
Right then and there.
Right then and there on the spot. Our corpsman worked on him for like 4 hours, and he died. We was up on the radio deck of the ship, and then we went, after they dismissed us, they called us back up on the radio deck, and they told us he had died. And then we used to get shipped out a lot. I mean, I've seen strange parts. We walked up on part of our training. We loved doing it. And then we walked up on some mines that were supposed to have been exploded that didn't explode. And I had a lieutenant. One that didn't want to go off. And I admit his job was to blow it in place. Well, he wanted to disarm it and told me to tell his wife that he loved her. And I said, no, thank you for the hands all that. You can tell yourself. But military experience altogether, I enjoy it. I got a care package on Christmas. And the care package was from my wife.
Was this when you were aboard ship? You're in Desert Storm?
During Desert Storm.
So she sent you a care package, huh?
Some that care package.
What was in it?
It's everything that I like. My cigarettes, my Slim Jims, you name it, it was all in there. And I didn't give it, I didn't eat none of it. I gave it away. I gave it to my first sergeant, my staff sergeant, my lieutenant, and the CO.
Okay.
And the CO looked at me, he said, Sergeant Moody, why are you giving all of this stuff away? Where is it from? And I told him, my wife. He said, what are you doing, trying to tell us something? And I said, you get the hint? Because the reason why I said that was they never stopped at a lot. You know how much money she had. And so I'm like, wow. So I started to get an attitude. We get back, after the storm and it's all said and done. We on our way back. We get to the barracks. And the Lord and behold, Guess who's after the barracks? The lieutenant that I had, but he was a captain now.
Mm-hmm.
I had him when I was his whole life.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I walked up on him and I said, "Sir, you don't know who I am. You don't." I called him by his name and I said, "You don't know who I am. You don't remember me." I said, "I'm a sergeant now." He said, "Yes, Sergeant, I see that." I say, "Well, when you do me, I was Corporal Moody." And his eyes got big and he walked away from the rail.
Really?
Yeah. And then I come back here for 45 days. We had an inspection in the barracks. I come back here for 45 days.
Here being what? Legion or
Well,
South End?
South End.
Okay,
I come home on leave.
Mm-hmm.
Because before we had to go on leave, we had to have our rooms inspected.
Uh-huh.
So we come back here, get my room inspected, and we get in for a tire.
Mm-hmm.
My room got broke into. Ransacked my room. We have a bathroom inspection. Well, this new first sergeant done call me every name but start working.
Mm-hmm.
And so I get back in the platoon, says something to me. I got a beard, and I kick the door in. And I said, "I'm Sergeant Moody. I got 45 more days. Well, can I get out of the Marine Corps?" Because you know what? I'm tired of playing games with grown ass men.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know what? It's getting stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Now my attitude really coming up. So I get out, come back here.
So how many years did you do?
12.
You did 12 and then you got out.
And I got out.
You got tired of it?
I got tired.
Okay.
I got tired. So I get back here. I lounged around for a while. Then I get back here. I wasn't serious about looking for a job. I was a bouncer.
Mm-hmm.
I took care of lawns.
Mm-hmm.
Did something, just put a little money in my pocket because I didn't have money.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that. And then I got my liquor license. I worked at a liquor store.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing serious. And then I told myself I got older. Now I need a break. Professor was taking a lot of my frustrations out. Oh, my frustrations came out on people.
Yeah.
Man, I used to be what they call the cooler.
Uh-huh.
The club I worked at was Stooties.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
And there was an incident that happened there, and a guy hit me.
Mm-hmm.
And they were one of the bartenders, and I more or less seen blood.
Mm-hmm.
And they tried to send him on his way away from me, and I kicked the back door in.
Mm-hmm.
So, kicked the back door in, they called the police on me. And the police took me home. I walked back after I candied up. And my mind was like, I'm a kidding. Oh Lord, I'm a kidding. But they, no, you can give your soul to God, but that's belongs to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I calmed down a little bit because I scared a few people. And then I said, you know what, I need to find a regular job. Then I got a regular job, and then my wife died at 2 times. I'm jumping because we going a long ways. I got married.
You got remarried?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what happened to that first wife?
I divorced her.
You divorced her?
Oh,
Did she ever get in trouble for stabbing you?
no.
Yeah.
The care package she sent had leather in it. The military didn't postpone the case. So cause I didn't show up in court, they dropped the charges of attempted murder.
Because you were on deployment.
I was on deployment.
Ain't that something?
So when I come back from deployment, she done moved. She back in Hawaii.
Oh, she finally gave up on you. Huh?
She finally, she helped me my divorce paper. Cause she had my dad's address. So she helped me my divorce papers. And then, I got married.
So you got remarried. Were you down in Lejeune when you got remarried? Here, you met the second wife here?
Cause I got,
You're back in South Bend now.
yeah, I met her here. Yep, and got married, and she passed away in 2015. And then that when all my application parts started coming on.
Mm-hmm.
And then in 2015 also is when I became involved with the Marine Corps.
The Marine Corps League. And how did you get involved with the Marine Corps League? You just come in here one day?
My uncle passed away, and my aunt said, "Can you go to the Marine Corps League since you're a Marine and see if you can rent a hall?" And I came here, and we rented a hall and had my uncle's celebration of life
In this space right here?
Place right here.
Okay.
And I joined and got involved here, and then I quit. And then in 2018, I became the club manager.
Okay.
And then the commandant at the time asked me to come back, and he wanted some help. He was a younger guy. And I said, yeah, I'll come back and help with it, since he wanted new blood. And in May of 2018, we took over. And I've been here ever since. And in 2018 also is when I became deeper involved in it. The past commandant took over and started running things. And then the past commandant quit. I became a commandant. I've been a commandant here since 2019.
Okay.
Retired.
Well, we love this place. You know, Marine Riders love the Marine Corps. This place has been here since what, 63, if I remember?
1962.
62.
They moved it here, and we're one of the oldest detachments in the state of Indiana.
Okay.
And they moved it here, picked it up, and moved it here from where the Clover League is. It used to be part of Iron, where Iron is. That all used to be the reserve unit back in the day.
Because I know, like, when I was a kid, this place was here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When we would go to high school, middle school, and stuff,
it was
this
here.
place was here. I mean, this place has been here since, like, forever.
62, they picked it up, and when they was building that, moved it here. The original plans, it was supposed to lay like this. But it wouldn't have made it to, wouldn't fit.
Mm-hmm.
Because to make our parking lot on the side over here,
On the north side,
yes, they had to buy a house. And take it and tear it down to make a parking lot.
I see.
Because along the side of the building here is considered an alleyway. Yeah.
I'll be doggone. Johnny, man, thanks. Thanks for sharing your story with us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have Johnny on here, and come out to our poker run June 13th. We're having bike night every Friday night. If you're in the area, you don't have to ride. If you want to come out and hang out with a bunch of Marines.
I'll make a plug real quick.
Yeah, by all means.
And we have a mud run here,
Thank you.
July 25th at 1300 block of Dragon Trail is our course. Feel free to go online and apply to run the mud run, and it helps Toys for Top program.
Okay. And then tell us a little bit before we go. What are the hours if people want to come by the Marine Corps League?
We're open from 3 to 11 normally, 7 days a week. And the address is 539 Perry Street. And Perry is spelled P-A-R-R-Y because there is a P-E-R-R-Y.
Okay. One of these things, you guys want to stop by, feel free. We'd love to see you, talk to you, hang out.
Semper Fi.
All right. Until next time, Semper Fi. Out. Out.